Hey guys, today we're going to be going over a workout video about the quadriceps. Today I have my model here, Julie, going over some of the anatomical positions with us today, as well as the muscles. So first and foremost, we have the rectus femoris. The origin is going to be the anterior inferior iliac spine of ilium. Insertion is going to run all the way down to the superior aspect of the patella. Action is going to be flexion of the hip and extension of the knee. The next muscle is the vastus lateralis. Origin is going to be the upper inner trochanteric line, base of the greater trochanter. Here, the insertion is going to run all the way down and insert onto the lateral quadriceps tendon to the patella. The action for this is just purely extension of the knee. Our next muscle is the vastus intermedialis. Origin is the anterior and lateral shaft of the femur. Right here, the insertion is going to be the quadriceps tendon to the patella down here. The action for this one, as well as the last one, is purely extension of the knee, just like so. And our last muscle is the vastus medialis. Origin is the lower inner trochanteric line. Here, the insertion is going to run all the way down medially and insert onto the medial quadriceps tendon to the patella. And the action is going to be extension of the knee and stabilizing the patella. Thanks, guys.
So today, before we start our quad workout, we are going to be doing some stretches first, just to get you warmed up and get your muscles all working so they can ready to really build up those quads. So for our first stretch, it's called the standing quad stretch, which is something that everyone should be familiar with. You've probably seen it a lot. So what you're going to do is pick a leg, either one, and then you're going to bend it up and then grasp your ankle and kind of pull it towards your butt in a way, and then you're just going to hold it here, really working on stretching those quads. You want to hold this for about 30 seconds, and then you're going to switch and do it on the other leg. Same thing, you're going to really feel that stretch. If you grasp the ankle and pull it up more, you can really feel that stretch in that quad. Another quad stretch that we can do before we start working out is in a kneeling lunge position, so right here. And then what you're going to do is kind of move your hips forward, going forward. What you really want to do is make sure this motion is coming from the hips. A lot of times you can see some anterior pelvic shift, tilt, trying to get forward, or some hyperextension in the lumbar spine. So we really want to prevent that and focus on just getting the motion in our hips. You can even posteriorly tilt your pelvis to really just get that motion in the hips and really get those quads working. Another way to mix this up and make it more quad oriented is to, for that back leg, kind of just grasp it up and then kind of do the same motion. You can really feel it working in your quads.
Alright, so in this part of the video we're going to focus on a high load multi-joint exercise, and what the exercise we're going to be doing is the squat. Sadly, I can't properly do squats due to hip inflexibility and tight hamstrings, which is something you can overcome with stretching and something I'm in the process of overcoming. So instead, I'm just going to show you some photos to demonstrate and explain those. Alright, so looking at the first photo, we see that the man is in a very deep squat. The biggest mistake people make in their squatting is failing to achieve proper depth in it. The shallower the squat, the less effective it is on your muscles, and the squat is a perfect exercise for your quads due to hip flexing on the downward range of motion and knee extension on the upward range of motion. So when you're squatting, you want to make sure your thighs are slightly below parallel to the ground, putting the butt slightly below the knees. This just ensures you get as much angle as you can to really work those muscles, and you want to keep your head position in neutral and your spine in neutral with your chest up, and your knees are going to be slightly in front of your toes when you go down. And you can always add weight onto this as much as you want. You can do it with no weight, with a bar, and then with weights on top. So this image is the downward range of motion for the squat. The next image we see actually shows the full range of motion of a squat rather than just the downward position. The first image I wanted to show because it showed the angles really well, and then this image shows the full motion of the hip flexion going down and then the knee extension going up, and that is really working the quads and the more weight, the stronger the quads are working.
Another exercise for the quads you can do is called the lunge. So you'll go down with one leg, putting the quad into concentric contraction, and you want the quad to be parallel to the floor. Then you're gonna push up again, stand up, and that'll put more load onto the quad and give you a full exercise. You can also hold the lunge, and go again, for a few seconds to get an extra exercise in, or you can just do it quickly and go back up.
Namaste and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Today we're vlogging and we go ahead and we're gonna have some different yoga moves kind of moderated so that we could go ahead and we can really work on a single joint strengthening and stretching of some of our quadricep muscles. So here I go. I have Gabby down here. Say hi, Gabby.
Hello.
Hi, Gabby. She is one of my yoga students, and she's gonna go ahead and what we're gonna do is we're gonna work out and stretch some of her quadricep muscles. So here she is down here. Let's see if we can get her like that. There we go. Can you see Gabby? So Gabby has like a little sandbag right down there on her ankle. Oops, so you can see it. And she's gonna go ahead and she's gonna contract her quadriceps so she can go ahead and flex her hip up. And then she's gonna slowly raise it back down, not till it's touching the floor, so she can still isometrically contract those quads to keep her ankle up off the ground. And she's gonna keep repeating that back and forth. So as you can see, her hip is flexing down here and she's really working out some of those quadricep muscles. This helps with some hip stability as well as knee stability. Additionally, there will be a little bit of knee extension going on here. It's hard to avoid that, so she can keep that balance going. But you can really, really see those quads working as she is contracting them and then isometrically holding them for that stability of her ankle and the rest of her leg above the ground. So thank you. That was Yoga Time with Rachel. We're so grateful to have you guys. Welcome to our first vlog and namaste.